Hello, and thank you for tuning into this week's Mayor's Update. As always, we have a lot of information to share with you here this week, so please feel free to share this video with your friends, family, relatives, and anyone else you think may find this information helpful over the course of the coming week. This past Sunday, the Gardner Relay for Life had their closing event slash kickoff event. Since we weren't able to have the regular Relay for Life this past June, the Relay for Life team got together over at the track at Mount Wachusett Community College and had an event to celebrate the ending of the last year and kick off the future year's campaign for the Relay for Life this coming June at Mount Wachusett Community College. I want to thank the organizers of the Greater Gardner Relay for Life for putting together these events last year and this year, even given the challenges that were put up as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. And I look forward to getting our teams back on the track next year in our usual fashion this coming June at Mount Wachusett Community College. For further information, contact the Gardner Relay for Life Planning Committee. We also had our Domestic Violence Awareness Vigil that we annually have during the first week of October every year at City Hall. However, due to the rain, it had to be moved indoors to the rotunda of Gardner City Hall. I want to thank the Voices of Truth, the Gardner Domestic Violence Task Force, and the Spanish American Center of North Central Massachusetts for putting this event on and helping our residents throughout the year who are in need of help in those very dangerous sometimes situations. I want to say that this is something that the city is really proud to put on to help show that when people need help here in the city, we're willing to extend a hand and at least help people find the resources they need in order to feel safe and secured and live in a place that they're proud and happy to call their home. So thank you very much to the organizers of that event for putting that on as well. And a special thank you to our city prevention coordinator, Veronica Patty, for helping to be the city's liaison to those organizations as we put on that annual event every year. Fox 25 actually came out to Gardner to film that event and do a story on that event as well. So if you saw Gardner in the news this past week, that's why. We have a new veteran service agent here in the city of Gardner. Lynette Gabrilla started with the city on Monday in our veteran service office. Our former veteran service agent, Philip Busso, retired after almost 30 years of service here with the city of Gardner. And while he is certainly very missed, Lynette is doing a great job here in her first week, and we want to make sure that she got a chance to be welcomed here in the community. So if you are in Gardner City Hall on the second floor, please feel free to stop by and welcome her here. She comes to us as the former veteran service agent in the city of Worcester for several years. She then went on as the regional director for the Veteran Service District in Dracut, and then left the veteran service field to obtain her master's in social work and counseling. So congratulations, Lynette, and welcome aboard here in the city of Gardner. And again, if you're by the second floor hallway here in Gardner City Hall, please feel free to stop by and welcome her here in the city of Gardner. The city clerk did ask me to put out a reminder that we are still in severe need of election workers for Election Day on November 2nd. If you are interested in applying to be a poll worker here in the city of Gardner, please contact TT Serafan, Faith Glover, or John Oliveri in the city clerk's office here in Gardner City Hall, or Director Deborah Pond in our human resource office, and they'll be able to get you all of the application materials to fill out. There are several different positions that are available for election workers on Election Day, so if you are interested, these are paid positions, so please feel free to reach out to any of those offices if that is something that would interest you, and it is a great way to give back to your community as well. While we are on the topic of elections, Clerk Serafan also asked that I remind people that you should have received a postcard from the city clerk's office this week letting you know about all of the different polling locations in the city for the November 2nd election and the times in which the polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And it does note that Ward 3, Precincts A and B are now both moved to Perry Auditorium here at Gardner City Hall. And Ward 5, both Precincts A and B are now at the Polish American Citizens Club at 171 Kendall Pond Road West, and not at the Gardner National Guard Armory. The reason for that is that the Department of Defense National Guard headquarters let us know that they would no longer be allowing any Department of Defense facilities to be utilized as polling locations because of the federal mask mandate, and where we are not allowed to turn away voters even if they are not masked. We could not utilize that location as a polling place. And at the Acadian Club, there were several comments of feedback that said when the second precinct in Ward 3 was added there, it was just a very tight squeeze to fit everyone in there at the time. So that is why the City Council voted at the City Clerk's recommendation to change those two polling locations. So we want to make sure everyone's aware of that change. Also included on the card is a tiny URL, and that's a service that takes a much longer website and shortens the web address that you can put into your server. And it helps bring you to the online form which you can fill out if you wish to vote by mail in this election. The state legislature did pass a law, and Governor Baker signed it, requiring cities and towns to offer mail-in voting for this municipal election. So if you would like to vote by mail, you can either come to Gardner City Hall and pick up the application form that way, or you can go online and follow that tiny URL on the postcard or on the city clerk's page on the city's website and fill out that application and return it to the city clerk's office, and a ballot will be mailed to you. When you are done filling out your ballot and putting it back into the envelope, you can either mail it back to Gardner City Hall at the clerk's office, you can drop it off in the drop-off box that's located in front of Gardner City Hall, or you can bring it and hand it to the city clerk's office personnel directly here in room 121 at Gardner City Hall. All of that information can be found on the city clerk's website under the elections page on the Gardner website. If you have any other questions, please contact the city clerk's office for that. We also had the ribbon cutting yesterday for Gamma's new Carl Doll House over on Route 140. It's the former horse farm over on Green Street on the way to Winchendon. That is a new facility for their recovery treatment operations for Gamma. So congratulations to Gamma, the AED Foundation, and all the different other recovery programs here in the greater Gardner area for the great work that you do for our residents who are most vulnerable and who need it the most when they need it the most. It's comforting to know that Gardner is helping lead the charge statewide on trying to find ways to reach out to that population and make sure that they know they have the resources and support they need, and they don't have to feel alone and secluded when they're having those issues. So thank you very much to Sean Hayden and his team for putting all of that together. The last thing that we're going to talk about today is that we do want to announce that Trick or Treat is taking place on October 31st from the hours of 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. as we have traditionally done for the past 10 years. The Downtown Business Association Gardner Square 2 has decided that they will not host the annual Halloween stroll that some people may remember as the Downtown Business Trick or Treat during the day for preschool students and younger. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, they have decided not to host that event this year. However, regular Trick or Treat will still take place on Halloween Day, October 31st, between the hours of 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. That concludes this week's update. If you have any questions at all on anything that was here, please feel free to contact my office at any time, and any of my staff or myself will be happy to direct you into the proper way to find the answers to those questions. Please enjoy the different amenities that we have here in the city. Get out and get your mind off of the craziness that's happening in the world and find some way to relax with the many different great things that we have to offer here in the city. If you are interested in mail-in voting or early voting in person here at Gardner City Hall, please contact the city clerk's office. And until we speak again next week, I hope you have a great day. Thank you very much.